Yes, guys, it's Danny Glover from Fight Fan TV, proudly sponsored by Treasure Boxing Club. And today we're going to get into, you know, conversation about the latest and greatest. And this one's titled Ben for Your Buck. So, yes, as you would have known, Conor Ben, it's been announced by Turki Al Sheikh and all the others, Zufa and all the rest of them, Conor himself, that Conor Ben will be fighting the Rigaroo Regis Prograis on Saturday, the 11th of April at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as the chief support, or some people call it co-main event, of the Tyson Fury vs. Arslan Bekmambetov card. So Conor Ben will be fighting Regis Prograis. It hasn't really gone down too well, um, but hey, Conor Ben, he's getting a good deal, in my opinion, because you're gonna well, I've kind of got into my opinion already there. I was gonna kind of segue into it, but if you think about it, if he's got 15, so then now you've got to really assess, you know did he make the right move? Some people are saying it was wrong for him to leave and this and that. My opinion is on that is that maybe the way he didn't, the phone call thing, yeah, I think he should have done the phone call. But if you're talking about getting the actual money, and in Conor Benner's, his words was, you'd have to be, mentally not well to not take this offer, a fight he couldn't refuse, an offer he couldn't refuse, should I say. When you think about it, it's not like he's selling his soul where it's a career suicide type of fight. He's fighting Regis Prograis. I don't think anyone saw that one coming. Everyone's thinking 15 mil, you're going to pay him that much, then yeah, he's going to get put into a mad fight. Lo and behold, it's Regis Prograis, who um, is quite old now. He's seen better days. He's been dropped in his, in the past few fights. If we look here, I can't do the whole. Let me see if I can. No, I can't. I need to learn how to get the thing on the screens and stuff like that. But that'll be coming. That'll be coming. I'm learning. I'm learning. But even if we go back, obviously his best times was when you're talking about the Super Series and stuff like that. It was like 2018, 2019. Obviously, he lost to Josh Taylor in the finals. That was 2019, majority decision. Um, Sparked, I haven't read Catch and all them kind of guys and dealt with Tyron McKenna 2022. But then it's when you got to about 2023, you got dropped by Devin Haney on the way to losing 120, 107 on all three judges' scorecards. He started looking a bit old there anyway. This is all at 140. He's a career 140 pounder. I'm trying to think, did he fight any lower weights when he was a bit younger? No. He's a career, yeah. Well, he debuted at 145, had a 146 bout. No, yeah, he weighed 145, so he debuted at 143, so that was like a 140. Yeah, he's been a career. He had one fight at 150. That was what in his one, two, three, four, five, six, seventh fight. Apart from that, he's been 140 pounds, always 140 pounds basically. Yeah. So he got dropped by Devin Haney 2023, then dropped by Jack Catterall twice, 2024, lost on points there. His last fight was against Jojo Diaz, close fight there. He is now 30. No, he's now 37 years old. He's a 140 pounder career, 140 pounder. Conor Ben, and this fight has been. I've been told that it's at a catch weight of 150. So Regis Prograis is coming up 10 pounds, more or less two weight divisions, or a division and a half, shall we say. And Conor Ben is coming down to 150 from 160, right? Um, so it's all really stacked in Conor Ben's favour. The younger man, the fresher man, the bigger man. I see Conor dealing with him, getting him out of there quite early. To be fair, I think in about 4 rounds, four or 5 rounds, maybe you might even catch him really early. But yeah, 4 rounds, he might get him out of there within the first half of the fight. My early predictions: he gets him out of there in the first half of the fight before round six concludes. And for 15 million, how are you not going to take that? That's an easy night's work. That's a bargain. That's a steal for 15 mil. It's not like they're saying, yeah, you've got to go in there where I'm thinking they're going to tell him, yeah, all right, you're not really trying to get to a 147 thing. So yeah, you're going to have to get in there with, here's 15 million, but you're going to get in there with Jerron Boots Ennis, or you're going to get in there with Virgil Ortiz, or something like that. One of them madman. Um, they're not even saying you've got to go in with Lewis Crocker or Josh Kelly, like a British world title fight or something. This is a non-title fight. Um, I don't know if they might put the Zuffa belt on the line. I doubt it, but you never know. And he's getting 15 mil for it. One fight contract. We don't know what low and beholds after that, but so far we know this. Um, so yeah, Conor, he's, he's done good business there. He's done good business, I must say. So you let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that. 15 million to fight Regis Prograis, an aged, um, over the hill, 140-pound fighter. Um, but the interesting thing is, he signed to Zuffa, but this Netflix, yeah, it's on Netflix. So I was thinking it was going to be a different date as well. But he's on the undercard of Tyson Fury. But the Tyson Fury fight is, yes, it's Netflix, but it's not a Zuffa card. It's nothing. It doesn't even have Zuffa on Tyson Fury's poster. I don't think it even has it on Connor's poster. Let me double check now. 1 second. Hold on 1 second. No, it doesn't. It says the N for Netflix, as we know, and then ring. So it's a ring card. So that don't make sense. But I know Turkey and Dana's, collaborate, but this doesn't promote Zuffa at all. So Connor's not going to be wearing Connor and Regis are not going to be wearing the basic plain black or plain white shorts with Z on their gloves. They're going to be wearing their full attire, ring entrances, full shebang. So I'm not sure how this one works, or is this not included in the one fight Zuffa deal? Because this is not necessarily a Zuffa card, and then this is something else. I don't know. There's got to be quite a bit to be revealed there. So that's a bit interesting. But apart from that, I must let me know in the comment section what you think about this. What do you think about the fight? What do you think? Do you think he's going to have more than one fight with these guys, or ring, or I don't know how it's going to. But it's a bit confusing that section. Um, yeah, in other news as well. Let me talk about. Might as well get some other news because otherwise this video is going to be very short. Um, that Frank Warren is suing. I put the post up today. What I wrote. Let me read what I wrote. Sorry, go to the Fight Fan TV Network Instagram page. Make sure that you follow that page if you are on Instagram. Get the latest and greatest news. Why is my internet moving slow? Moving slowly. Moving slowly. 1 second. Sorry about this, guys. Why is it the time you need it? It starts moving weird. This is not good. Why is it moving? Why is it? My thing's not loading. Oh my god. Hold on, I think I put it on my YouTube in the post section. 1 second. I'm really sorry about this. This is things like this always happen at the worst time, doesn't it? Yeah, here we go. No, bloody hell, I put the bloody Nakatani one. I didn't even put this thingy one on. I didn't even put it on, did I? Oh, here we go. So Frank Warren is suing Dana White and Turkey Al Sheikh for $1 billion. He won't get a billion, but hey, he might try and settle for, I don't know, even if you get 25% of that, you're good to go. Because he's claiming that Dana White and Turkey have breached the separate contracts they signed with his promotion and formed Zuffa Boxing behind his back. Yeah, because Queensbury didn't they have an exclusive deal with Riyadh Season? Yeah, so we kind of might have a case there. Reportedly, Queensbury is seeking $1 billion in damages for lost revenue from those agreements. Wow, 1 billion damages. I don't know that much, but hey. Um, so yeah, I know he had an exclusive deal with Riyadh Season. Obviously, some of his fighters, if you're talking about like the ambassadors like Hamza Shiraz and some of the other guys, they he was proper in with Turkey and that. So this is a separate entity now, which Turkey is now is part of the company. I know Zufa is owned by Seller, and I know they was part of Riyadh and that, but he's thinking that's a bit of a conflict of interest. You're now in with these guys when you're in to be in with me. Um, so we're gonna see how that one unfolds. But hey, Frank Warren, he's been in more. He's been on more courts than Federer and Nadal. Boy, he's been to court more times than Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer, isn't he? And Mijat Djokovic. So he ain't playing. He normally wins a case. So we'll see what happens there. Um, they're interesting times that. In other news as well, quickly, briefly, as I said, the one I did actually post on the YouTube post section, but I didn't post it on the Instagram. Is that uh, Naoya Inoue will be fighting Junto Nakatani on May the 2nd, and that will be in Japan at the Tokyo Dome. So I forgot how many seats it is, but it's a lot. Um, and that is on the same, and that's gonna be probably Japan's biggest matchup in history. Um, and saying that, I also said that this also means two monsters will be fighting on the same day because even though there's a 17-hour time difference, David Benavidez will be fighting Zerdo Ramirez on the same day, but way, way later. For us, it'll be basically Sunday morning in the UK, and then obviously Inui will be Saturday in the morning. That show will start at 8 a.m. Main event comes on at like midday, and then we'll have to wait till Sunday technically in the morning, but it's for us Saturday night. The American show in Las Vegas will start like what 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and then you'll get the main event probably about what 5:30 in the morning, something like that. So it's a long day, but you've got Master Aficionado Junior's favorite fighter in Naoya Inoue, and then you've got my guy, my nephew, David Benavidez, fighting on the same day. So we'll watch the Inoue one together while I do the watch along, and I might even get him to throw a couple of ad libs in there on the watch along, and then obviously he'll have to be in bed for the David Benavidez one. Unfortunately, he's still young. Um, but yeah, I'm calling that one Monsters Ball because you got Inui the monster, Benavidez the monster. And remember, guys, I've been saying this for a few years now. I've been picking, and I've always said that he has a style, and I'm still going with. So remember, I said this here that Junto Nakatani will defeat Naoya Inoue. I believe he beats him. I'm going with Junto Nakatani on this one. So yeah, interestingly though, I did see the face-off between um, Benavidez and Gilberto Ramirez, Zerdo Ramirez, and David Benavidez. And my God, that Zerdo boy, he's massive, isn't he? His head's massive, his body's massive. I didn't realize there's a big size difference like that. I know when they sparred years ago, you could see Zerdo was a bit bigger than him. That was like probably in their super middleweight days, or I was thinking maybe David Benavidez was still super middle and Zerdo may have gone up to light heavy, but yeah, naturally he's the much bigger guy. Like he's making Benavidez look small. His head looks small. His body looks small. Even though when he took off his top and he had the blood all on his shorts, you can see he needs to tone it up a bit. But yeah, he's still not nowhere near the size of Gilberto. He's gonna definitely have to use speed. I would recommend him definitely get Guillermo Rigondeaux in the camp to work on the foot speed and foot placement and movement and stuff like that, agility, because I think that will be the key to be using, you know, 1, 2, 3 phase attacks in and out with blistering combinations. Not obviously he's not a dancing movement, but he can start using pivots and some movement creating angles. Zerdo's good at creating angles as well, actually, in boxing. But I think with Benavidez's speed, he should, if he can get his feet to be a bit faster, get on the angles, he will outpoint him. Zerdo's definitely too big to get knocked out by him. So yeah, man. But yeah, let me know in the comment sections your thoughts and opinions. Also, let me know any other subject matters you feel I've missed or you want me to talk about or delve into, and then I'll try and talk about that and give you my thoughts and opinions or what I know on the next one. But until next time, it's Danny Glover for Fight Fan TV, proudly sponsored by Treasure Boxing Club. And remember, guys, persistence beats resistance. You know what it is.